Hi, boys and girls. So, today we are learning about planning for our own reviews. So, we're doing a review on a video game or a board game, depending on what you would prefer. If you're not into video games as much, like on Nintendo or on the iPad or a computer game, then you are more than welcome to choose a board game that you like to play with your family or your friends. Just a reminder, this is our structure, or this is what we need for an excellent review. So, when we are planning our review today, I want you to really think about these three things especially. So, our introduction, which gives the facts about what you're reviewing, our description, which describes what it is like, and our conclusion, which gives our opinion, a rating, and also any recommendations that we may have. We must remember that we need to put our review into paragraphs, use descriptive language, evaluative language, and we write in the present tense. Now, another reminder of what a review looks like when it's all been written up. So we've got here our title of a review. We then have our introduction of our review, so that would be one paragraph. Our text description, or our description of what we are reviewing. There's only one paragraph here. It's quite a large paragraph, but I think that we are good enough or amazing enough to write more than one paragraph for our description. And then we have our conclusion, which is quite a detailed conclusion down here. So just remembering that these three things are what we need in our structure. So, your task today, you are going to choose, as I said, a video game or a board game that you are familiar with. I've put some pictures of some board games here next to the text, just to remind you of what some of them are. You don't have to choose from these. This is just to give you some examples. And then you're going to complete the planning sheets on slides 5, 6, and 7. So, just like we spoke about how there was an introduction, a description, and also a conclusion, the next 3 slides are broken into that while you're doing your planning and note taking. So, what I'd like you to do in the PowerPoint here is in your introduction notes. And remember, notes don't have to be big paragraphs or big sentences of writing. They just have to be dot points or a very short sentence just to remind you of what you would like to write about. So you need to have the title. So, for example, if I was doing the game Monopoly, I would need the title Monopoly there. I also want you to work out what the creator of that game is. So you might need to be doing some research because reviews aren't just on opinions. You also need to have facts. So make sure you research who the creator of the game is. Publish date. So that's when the game was released. So, for example, for Minecraft, I think it was the published date, or it was released in 2009. I'm sure the Minecraft people will correct me on that if I'm wrong. And then what type of game is it? So the genre. So that would be, is it a video game? Is it a board game? Is it a game that you need lots of pieces for? So that's what I mean by the genre. After you've done your note taking for your introduction, you're then going to note take for your description. Here you've got to write a brief overview of what the game is about. Now, some games like Mario Kart or any Mario sort of games have a storyline attached to it. So you might write a little bit about what the story of the game is. That's one option. You could also write about what you have to do to play the game, how many players you need, how you start the game, what you need. So, for example, with Monopoly, you need to start with a certain amount of money, you also need to be getting hotels and houses through there. So, just lots of details about what the game is about. Then I also want you to tell me what the aim of the game is. So, for example, in Mario Kart, it would be something to do. You want to win the race. If it was Monopoly, you want to have the most money at the end of the game, or the most houses at the end of the game. And if it was, say, chess, you need to do chessmate. So that's just another example. Then the last thing I want you to have in your paragraph for description is interesting or tricky parts of the game. So you might be able to tell me something that you found interesting, or if you come up with a tricky part of the game. For example, Monopoly, a tricky part could be you can sometimes have your houses taken away from you if you don't have enough money, so that sort of thing. And lastly, for our planning, we're going to do our note taking for our conclusion. So I want to know as many opinions as possible. I don't want to just hear it was good or it is great or it is really bad. Okay, we need to be using lots of descriptive language. So make sure you're looking at those adjectives and making this is your chance to get really good, juicy words to make the reader interested in what you are writing. Recommendations, so how the game could be improved or any helpful hints while you're playing the game is important. And then what would your rating be? Now, I've got a star rating there. Now, you could do a rating out of 5. You could do a rating out of 10. It's up to you. You might want to do like what the Minecraft review did yesterday, and not do stars and have chickens instead of stars. So it's up to you how you would like to rate your game. And then that's all you have to do for today. So great work. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment box and I'll get to you as soon as possible. Thanks, guys.